Hello and welcome back to Magic and Yap, the yappiest place on earth. We are your hosts, Michaela
and Amanda.
And today we're doing a Yap session of our top 3 favorite things in every Disney park.
That we've been to.
Yes. So
in the United States.
Yeah. So Disneyland and Walt Disney World, not counting the international parks. Not counting Aulani in Hawaii because we've never been there, and not counting Disney Cruise Line because we've never done a Disney cruise.
Correct. Not yet.
But we want to. That's
Yes.
on the list. So, this is like our top 3 favorite things, and that could be food, attractions, experiences, ambiance, as we like to say, shows, whatever you want, really. Doesn't have to be anything specific, but we both have lists on our phones. We've also, let's start with this actually. We've upgraded our microphone situation.
We have.
So we've got little mics pinned on our shirts now.
Hopefully audio is better.
Yep.
Better quality. We are also filming on something that should be better quality as well.
Yes, we're no longer filming on my iPhone. We are filming on our DJI Osmo Pocket 2, which is what we're going to be vlogging on when we go to Disney World. So. Our pins.
Oh my gosh, I will grab. They're right here. Let me just grab them.
Okay.
We'll cut it.
We're gonna cut for just a second.
We'll come back.
We have something to do on camera today, so cut. And we're back. So we went to Box Lunch today. We love Box Lunch. If you have never been to a Box Lunch before, it's kind of similar to like a Hot Topic, but
they're owned by the same company.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they sell like just merch for popular things.
Yeah, like Disney stuff, anime. I mean, obviously Hot Topic does like band merch. Box Lunch.
Box Lunch doesn't really do like band stuff.
No.
It's more of like
pop culture.
It's like pop culture, like fandom stuff is what it is.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
we have been into collecting pins. Michaela's been doing it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I started during our like second trip in Disney World, but now we have been collecting pins from Box Lunch and Hot Topic as well. Disney pins. There's other pins too, but for us it's just Disney pins.
Sorry.
What are you doing?
I was getting a sip of water, but there's a lot of stuff on the side table over here, so it is kind of just like an avalanche was occurring. It's okay. Everything's fine.
All right. Anyways.
Anyway.
We each have 2 to open on camera for you to enjoy with us.
Yes. We will be doing this probably a lot when we go to Disney. Yes. We love, one of my favorite things about some of the content creators that we like to watch is I love watching them unbox pins. Mm-hmm. Love watching like Caitlin and Austin, Magically Caitlin and Austin, unbox pins. I love watching Brianna and Corey Woodbine unbox pins. It's so funny because when they do it, they just like rip the back off. They're so aggressive with it and it's so funny, but that's one of my favorite things is like watching my favorite content creators unbox pins. So that's
what we're going to do today.
Yeah.
Just to start, and then we'll go into
And then
our
we'll
topic.
go into what we're actually going to be yapping about. So, all right.
Do you want to go first?
Sure.
Explain what it is.
Okay, so this is it doesn't say like exactly the name of the pins, but they're basically the little Disney cats and dogs in raincoats. If you can see, I learned that you can't get too close to this camera, otherwise it won't focus. So that's like a good distance, what I just did, hopefully.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna open this first one. I got 2 of these boxes, so. Okay, oh, I really would love Tramp from Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, he's the chaser pin.
Mm-hmm. I don't really know, or Nana, she's really cute from Peter Pan. I don't know a lot of their names, so might be, but okay. Really, I want any of them. Like, I'd be happy with any of them.
Sorry if that sounds awful.
Who did I get?
Who is it? I cannot tell.
Oh, it's one of the Dalmatians. Okay.
That's really cute.
He's cute. I love Dalmatians.
That's super cute.
Do you want to do one of yours next?
Okay. Yes, we'll go every other.
Okay.
So mine are actually from Hot Topic today. They are the aliens from Toy Story with different types of food. Let's see if you can see it. I don't know.
You can get a little bit closer.
Oh,
maybe.
we're learning.
We'll see how that looks.
There's a pizza, a taco, a burger, some cookies, a hot dog, and a big giant donut. So I really want the pizza, mainly because I love eating at Pizza Planet in Disneyland. Is that what it's called? Pizza Planet.
Alien Pizza Planet, I think, is what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, in Disneyland, next to Space Mountain, the restaurant next to Space Mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Oh, I think it's the cookies. Just from feeling it, sorry. I don't know if it's upside down or not. Was that right?
This is gonna be
yeah,
funny
it
to
is
look
the
at.
cookies.
Oh, that one's really cute.
I didn't realize it had milk with it. I thought it was just like a bag of cookies.
No, they're
That's
like
super
dunking.
cute.
Yeah, they're dunking the cookie in milk.
I
Oh,
don't
that's really
know
cute.
if you can see that or not.
It's hard because the screen is so little. I think that was a good shot. The screen
Okay.
is so little, so it's like really hard to show stuff up close like that. So,
Yes, we can't quite see it.
no. Okay, I'm gonna open my second one.
Same box.
So,
We both
same-
got two of the same
Like,
mystery boxes.
yeah. So this is another animal.
Oh,
I don't know.
did you get a duplicate?
No, this is one of the cats, I think. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, it's the cat from Alice in Wonderland.
Oh.
I can't remember what her name is.
You got two. They both have blue raincoats on. That's actually pretty cute.
Both have blue raincoats, huh?
Yeah,
Super
little
cute.
matchies.
Okay. So, these are my 2 pins. I have another pin of this cat. Remember, it has like the flowers on
flowers,
it.
yeah.
Maybe we'll do a video someday showing like our pin collections from the pins that we've gotten from Box Lunch, because we have quite a few.
Yeah, we have a lot.
We don't need to share our whole pin collection because we have a lot of pins just in general, but maybe we'll do a Box Lunch pin collection because they're all so cute.
They are.
Okay. And then this is Amanda's last pin.
Again, same box. Oh, what do I think it is? I forgot to feel for it. I have no clue.
When it comes to the pins, I don't try and feel for them
Oh
usually.
my gosh. I know which one it is. Hold on. It's the hot dog. Yes.
Let me see.
Look how cute. With mustard.
Oh my god, they're so excited. They're like, woohoo, a hot dog.
That's me.
That's
I love a
literally
hot
you.
dog.
You do love a hot dog. Anytime we go to like a baseball game, Amanda's like, I need a hot dog. That's like
Yeah.
or we go to an Avalanche game.
Oh, yeah,
And you're
that's what
always
I
like, I need a glizzy. Is that what it's called?
Don't say a glizzy.
What is it?
Yes, it's called a glizzy, but don't say that.
Why? Is that bad?
It's
Is that like a derogatory term?
no, it's like a gross term. I don't know. It's kind of gross.
Well, you're the one that calls it that, not me. I thought that
And-
was like
and
the
the
style of
confidence-
hot dog that it was.
No, it's a Chicago dog.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
We
well,
might have to cut that.
it's fine. If we have to, that's okay.
All right.
Okay.
Anyways, let's get into it.
So we each have our 3 favorites in Walt Disney World. So 4 parks for Disney World and Disneyland. So 2 parks for Disneyland. And then I also did honorable mentions outside the parks. And I didn't do like 3 things for like every resort or all of Disney Springs or anything like that. It's just 3 things outside the parks that I enjoy.
Yeah.
So is that what you did too?
Yes.
Okay.
I just followed yours. I figured, what if you go first? We'll go park by park.
Okay.
Cool.
That's fine.
Do you want to go first?
Sure.
Do
Okay.
we want to go every other? You do one, I do one, you do one, I do one?
Yeah, let's do that. That's a good idea. Because then we stay on track with what park we're in.
Yeah.
I think. Okay. So let's start with Disney World, because that's where my list starts, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to start in Magic Kingdom. So my top 3, and these are in no particular order. Like, it's not like my top number 1 and then number 2, number 3. These are just like my top 3 all together, but they're in no particular order. I already said that. I sound like a broken record. It's fine. So in Magic Kingdom, my first one that I have is Ice Cream from the Cone Shop.
Yes.
Which is for those of you who are not familiar with my lore, I used to work at the Plaza Ice Cream Parlor that is on the end of Main Street in Magic Kingdom. It's across the street from like Casey's Corner, and it's next to the Plaza Restaurant. That was where I did my 2016 Disney College program, and it has a special place in my heart. But I'm an ice cream girly anyway, but ice cream from the cone shop, people who have worked there lovingly call it the cone shop. So if you hear me say that, that's what I'm referring to. But its technical term is Plaza Ice Cream Parlor, but cone shop ice cream is one of my top 3. Am I going through all 3 of them in here? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I do one. You do one. I do one.
So your turn next for Magic Kingdom?
Yep. And I'm going to switch up my order. Again, mine are not in a specific order, but just because you mentioned it already, mine is Casey's Corner corn dog nuggets.
I miss those.
I know. You can't have them anymore.
No, but I did eat my fair share when I lived there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So I don't feel bad that I can't eat them anymore because I did eat them a lot. So
they just are so good. And
they
the fries,
are.
I mean, the fries are typical Disney fries.
Just the shoestring like French fries, but they're so good.
They're just yummy. Yeah.
I've never had a French fry outside of Disney World that tastes like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like they're their own special kind of fries.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
With that, I love Casey's Corner a lot. The last trip we went, or 2 trips ago, everyone in the group, so Chris, Brandy, their son, Drew, and Michaela were all eating at Harbor House, right?
Columbia Harbor House.
Yeah, Columbia Harbor House. And I had not gotten Casey's Corner yet, and it was like one of our last days in there.
It was, I think it was our last day. Well,
with them.
It was our last day with them. We had 2 more days after they left together. But it was our last day with them in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, and so I was like, you know what? I am just going to mobile order myself some corn dog nuggies. And I was
booking it through the park.
Through the park. I grabbed my nuggies, my corn dog nuggies, and ran back over and ate inside that restaurant with you guys. But yeah, they're just, it's a must do every time that we go.
Yeah.
For me.
I would agree. At least for me, I just get fries and plastic cheese.
Yeah, which is delicious.
Plastic cheese is the like liquid cheese sauce, but Disney folks call it plastic cheese because it low-key tastes kind of like plastic, but
it's good.
It's good. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Okay. My next thing for Magic Kingdom is Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Oh.
I love that ride. I think a lot of people think that it's like overhyped and overrated because it has such a long line all the time.
Yeah.
But I won't wait more than like, I think 45 minutes is probably my max waiting in that line. Yeah. But if there's a lightning lane available for it, I'm getting that.
Oh, yeah.
I love Mine Train.
Yeah, that's one that we always try to get lightning lanes for.
Yeah.
We also have had a cool experience on Mine Train and try to recreate it often when we go. I think
that was on our honeymoon that happened.
But we got on exactly when the fireworks went off, and we were with 2 other girls who were also Disney adults. Loved it, and they were timing it, and so we were like, oh, are you guys timing it to try to get on right when the fireworks happen? And they were like, yeah, and it worked out. So it was really cool because when you come out of the little show area, it's a roller coaster, but when you come out of the little show area, that's what you see is like to the right is the castle, or is it to the left?
I don't know
what I'm talking about. Anyways, there's the castle, and you can see all the fireworks that are being shot off behind it as well. So it was really cool.
Yeah, that was a really fun experience. Yeah. Okay. Leading into that, my next thing.
You skipped me.
Oh,
as always.
I'm sorry. It's because you started talking about mine, and that's why. Okay, you go. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. It's fine. I guess I forgive you. Mine is Tron. I love Tron. We have obviously only ridden it, or only been able to ride it these last 2 trips because it just opened. It's identical to the one, is it in Shanghai or Tokyo?
Shanghai.
In Shanghai.
Yep.
In Shanghai Disney. But it is just based off of, it's called Tron Light Cycle Run. It's based off of the movies, and it's really fast, which I was very scared to ride because if you listen to our previous podcast, I'm a big baby when it comes to roller coasters. Now I enjoy them, specifically Disney roller coasters. So Tron was really fun. You have to go in the front row if possible. It's a totally different experience, but it's fast and dark and lots of LED lights and just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah. All right, now it's your turn.
Okay. My last one for Magic Kingdom is Happily Ever After fireworks. I love Happily Ever After, and every time we go and we watch it again, I'm just reminded of how much I love it. Obviously, I loved Wishes, which was the fireworks show when I lived there and worked there. So that fireworks show has a special place in my heart. And the first time that I saw Happily Ever After, I honestly was like, I don't like this show because if you've ever seen Wishes, there were no projections. It was just fireworks. And the fireworks told the story. Like, that was, they went along with the music perfectly to where it was like every boom was like in the perfect spot. And there were like shapes in the fireworks, and the castle was lit up, but it was lit up in different colors. So it wasn't like distracting. You weren't watching the castle and fireworks. You were just watching the fireworks, and the castle was like an added bonus that it was lit up along with whatever color firework was going off. So that show will always have a special place in my heart. But Happily Ever After, the first time I saw it, I was like, I don't like the show because there's so much going on. Like, you're trying...
Honeymoon the first time.
The first time I saw it was in 2017 when I went for spring break. Yeah. Oh. That was the first time I saw it. Wishes ended in like February of 17.
Was there one in between that though?
There was Enchantment on our honeymoon because it was the 50th anniversary.
Oh, okay.
So our honeymoon we saw Enchantment.
That makes sense. I remember there being something different on the honeymoon.
Yeah.
I didn't really know.
But... Our first trip, you did see Happily Ever After.
Yeah, when
our
we
very
went to
first
New
trip.
Orleans.
Yeah. But just every time we go, I find something new that I love about it almost. And it like makes me cry every single time.
Oh yeah. They
like,
bring the emotion out.
Oh my
Jordan
gosh.
Fisher.
Jordan Fisher and Angie K.
They're hitting them high
love
notes.
them. Yep.
And the projections
belting
are
it
cool.
out. Yes.
Now that we've seen it.
Yeah.
Many a time.
And it's like no matter where you're standing, like I've gotten to a point where it's like I don't need to be in the perfect spot to watch Happily Ever After because I'm like, if we're super close to the castle, that's fine. I'll just watch the projections. If we're far away from the castle, that's fine. I'll watch the projections down Main Street and the actual fireworks behind the castle. Like, it doesn't matter to me where we stand. I mean, that trip with Chris and Brandy, we literally it was raining. It was like drizzling. And we were standing over by Sleepy Hollow off to like the left side of the castle. And there was a huge tree in the way. But I saw half of the castle and the fireworks on the other side of it, and I was happy. Like, it was fine.
Yeah.
So
it's the music, really.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is the soundtrack.
Yes, it is.
So,
all right. My last one is The People Mover.
Oh.
I can't believe you didn't have that one.
I can't believe I didn't have that one either. Now that you say that, I'm like, what was I even thinking? Because that is my favorite attraction in Magic Kingdom. Yep. I put Seven Dwarfs Mine Train on here because it's my favorite kind of like thrill attraction, but People Mover is my favorite attraction overall.
Yes.
What the heck?
It's great. Obviously, if you're a Disney adult or you've been to Disney, you know what it is. But for those that don't, the People Mover is basically like a little track ride, and you sit in this like little open cart.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not open, but like it's open air. And to get there, you go up. Is that called an escalator?
It's like a ramp. It's like it's a moving walkway, but it's like an upward. Yeah, it's at an incline. That's what we're thinking of.
There you go. So yeah, you just ride up there, and then you're above all of Tomorrowland. And there's the music that plays, and there's a little narrator telling you what you're going by, and it takes you into Space Mountain. Mm-hmm. You can't see anything.
And into Buzz Lightyear's
Astro Blast.
Space Ranger spin. Disneyland is Astro Blasters. I think. Oh my God. Hold on now. I have to double check.
I don't know.
I can't shame myself
on
the vlog.
Anyways, it is super fun. It like explains all these different pieces of Tomorrowland and even just Magic Kingdom in general. And now that Tron is built, it's really cool because as we have been going over the past few years, Tron has been in the process of being built.
So you got to kind of see
each time we would go before it actually opened, we would see like the progression of the project. So, there was just studs and then they had the canopy, and then the track was in there. Like, it was super cool. But you also can time that and see fireworks on the People Mover, which we have done a few times. Just in like one little specific spot, but still just a cool experience. So yeah, love the People Mover. It cools you off because you're moving at like a decent speed. You're not going fast by any means, but there's air blowing. You can eat a little snack, drink a little drink.
Yeah.
And just be also inside in air conditioning in multiple places.
Well, and it's like even when you're on the outside, you've got like the breeze kind of blowing on you as you go. Yeah.
Which one is it?
It's Space Ranger Spin in
so
Disney
you
World.
were
So
right.
I was right. And it's Astro Blasters in Disneyland.
And I've even gotten Galactic Hero on that, and I don't know what the name of it.
Give me your sticker back.
No, it's over there.
Rescind your oath.
No. I did that for a reason.
Okay. So next we are going to do Epcot. So my first thing for Epcot is Cosmic Rewind. Obviously.
It's also mine, so we'll just talk about it together.
Do it together.
Yep. Cosmic Rewind. The best roller coaster in all of Disney.
Oh my gosh. An absolute feat of Imagineering. Just amazing. And we were so nervous the first time we rode it because so many people say like, oh, it's going to make you super motion sick because the carts can turn up to 360 degrees. And we were like, oh my God, we're going to get off this ride and absolutely like just be sick all over the place.
Right. And like so I get motion sick on Soarin'. So I was like, I'm screwed for this one. And then they also, in Disney property, there's no like opening trash cans like anywhere in property. But because of the amount of people who were sick from that ride and throwing up the second that they got off the ride, they have the open face
just at the end of the ride of Cosmic Rewind. So we were like terrified that we were going to get sick. We rode it and instantly we got off and we were like, let's do it again.
Yeah,
like,
it was like the coolest.
It's so smooth, and honestly, as long as you're kind of just like moving with the car, never in that ride do you do a full 360. People equate it to like the teacups. It's not like the teacups.
Not at all.
You never do a 360. I think they have that capability because you are moving like as you're riding it, but it is so smooth and fluid that you would have no idea that your cart can even move up to 360 degrees because never once do you do a full turn, ever.
Yeah, it's only like half a turn and stuff, but
yeah, like maybe a 180. But even then, it's like it's so smooth and like you're going fast, but you're not turning fast.
No, yeah, the turning isn't fast. The coaster itself is fast,
but the turning is like it's
like
smooth. It's slower. Yeah.
So the intention of the turning is so that you can see what they want you to see, which is technically on screens most of the time. When we have gone on it, there's music blasting in your ear and you can hear the Guardians. Speaking of, I'm wearing my shirt. You can hear the Guardians talking and like talking about what they're doing, where they're going.
I couldn't tell you what they're saying.
No, I couldn't either. But this last time we went, I was like, oh, I never watched the actual screen because I'm just singing the song and bopping along and my hair is flying everywhere. So I watched the screens, made me a little sick. So the trick is don't really like watch the screens, like keep your head up to watch the screen. You can see the screens, but like continue to allow your body to move. Like if you're turning this way, don't continue to watch the screen as you're turning because that'll mess you up.
Go with the cart and you'll be just fine. Also, the storyline on this ride does not matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, like, it's cool, but once you are actually in the ride and the music starts blasting in your ears, you don't even care what the storyline is anymore. You're just happy to be in that little car dancing along to September by Earth, Wind, and Fire, you know? Like, you don't care. Also, out of the 6 songs, we have collected 5, and the only one we have not gotten yet is Disco Inferno.
Yep. We're hoping this next trip we'll get all of them again. I don't know if that'll happen, but at least we want to get Disco Inferno.
Yeah.
And
to complete the collection.
Yeah, and then Everybody
Wants to Rule the World. That's my favorite song, and that was the first song that we got, and that's the only time we've gotten it. I think that's like a high that I will forever be chasing, is my very first ride on Guardians being Everybody Wants to Rule the World. I don't think I'll ever get over that, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, what a what a moment. What a time to be alive.
It was great.
Yeah.
Okay. I figured that we'd actually be pretty similar on most of the Epcot, so I'm interested to see what the other one. We didn't tell each other our favorites, by the way.
No. So
We
this is
didn't
like a
mention that.
surprise
Yeah,
for each
so
of
I
us.
don't know what's on hers, nor does she know what's on mine.
No.
So
Okay. So, since we did that one together, do you want me to go or do you want to go?
you can go.
Okay. My next one is caramel popcorn from, and I'm going to butcher this, caramel cuccia.
Caramel coochie.
we say caramel cucci because we don't know how to say it. But that is the Werther's Caramel Shop that's in the Germany Pavilion in Epcot. The trip we took with Chris and Brandy, I remember, I think you went to like go use the bathroom or something, and Brandy, Drew, and I were just kind of like sitting around, and I was like, what is taking Amanda so long? And you came back and you had a bag of freshly popped, freshly caramel coated popcorn for me from Caramel Cucci, and it was like the best caramel popcorn I have ever had in my whole life. So that is on my top 3 list because it was amazing.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah.
And I apologize. Our dog is over here bugging me, so I've been trying to make her a bed so she'll lay down. So if you see my arm moving around or a Nala face, I apologize. The joys of doing the podcast from home. She's now sitting behind me.
What are you doing?
All right. My next one is, I'm going to pick my third one because I think my second one you might have, so we could talk about it together, but we'll see.
Okay.
World Showcase as a whole.
Oh.
So
That's a good
I love learning about different countries and their cultures. I think that the fact they were able to make each pavilion so immersive for every country is just like incredible. That is part of why I love Epcot so much, because I love being able to experience food and drinks and
Meeting
music.
people from those countries too.
Yeah, and like shows that are specific, to those countries. I don't know. It's just so much fun. And then that's where they have some of the rides too, from movies that that took place in that country. So that's cool too. But yeah, I just love it. And we always stay at Pop Century. So we take the Skyliner to Epcot, which when you take the Skyliner, you enter at World Showcase, or what's it called? International Gateway.
International Gateway.
Which spits you out into World Showcase. So we usually are starting there, and it's nice to end there. They just have so many cool snacks from other countries. I know. I could talk about that one forever, but I won't.
Who
I'll
needs
stop.
to travel the world when you can go to Epcot?
Yeah, it's like they have the best of each country there for you anyway. So.
Yeah. Love it. Okay. My next one and my last one is the Land Pavilion.
Okay.
I love the Land Pavilion. I love Soarin'. I love Living with the Land. I love Garden Grill. And I love Sunshine Seasons, which is the quick service that's in that pavilion. I'm a big fan of the Land Pavilion.
Yes.
I don't love the walk into the Land Pavilion because you're walking at an incline going up into the Land Pavilion. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, but I love when you walk in there and it like opens up and it's like the sun is streaming through the windows at the top. And then we ate at Garden Grill on our last trip and it was so good. And we had an amazing server. The character interactions were incredible. One of the characters you meet there is Pluto, and it was his birthday, which we didn't even realize. So we got to wish him happy birthday.
Yeah, which was super cool.
We met Farmer Mickey and Chip and Dale and had the best freaking green beans in the whole world.
Yeah.
They were so good. And the entire meal there was like gluten-free already. Like they don't have to make everything separately gluten-free. It's all already gluten-free, which was a big bonus for me, including the dessert, which was like an apple crumble. Which usually like your gluten-free option for dessert is like pudding or ice cream, and that's pretty much it. But it was like this warm apple crumble, and like the food was so good. And then Sunshine Seasons, we got like sweet and sour chicken stir fry there one time, and that was delicious. Obviously we love Living with the Land, the attraction. I personally love Soarin'. So the whole pavilion for me is it's one of my favorite things about Epcot is the Land Pavilion.
Right, and I knew that it would be something with that, which is why I waited for mine. My last one is Living with the Land, the ride. So that's why I was like, let me talk about it.
Yep.
But first of all, it takes you through, I think we explained this in the last one, but it's just a little boat ride, and it takes you through like a greenhouse and just shows you some cool stuff with like plants and agriculture and stuff like that. But this last trip we went on, we got to do a behind the seeds tour, is what they call it. So we got to walk like onto the attraction and learn certain things.
And eat a cucumber
Yeah, we got
slice
to eat a
that was
cucumber.
grown there.
Yeah. So
And that tour, I love telling people about this because so many people are like, oh, I love living with the land, like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, did you know you can do that tour for literally like $30?
yeah, it was so cheap.
I think it's between like $30 and $45 depending on like the time of year and if you have any discounts, which we do. We had a Disney Visa like debit card discount, which that's another hack that I'll talk about at a later date. But to get discounts at Disney, when I booked it for us, I was able to get like 10%, or no, was it 10%? It was either 10, 20, or 30% off. I cannot remember what it was. I think it might have been either 10 or 20%. Yeah. But we got a discount on the tour, and it ended up being $33 per person, which is like really good for a tour, a backstage tour at Walt Disney World.
Yeah, and it was about an hour long altogether.
You did have to walk the whole thing.
Yeah, but it's not like a long distance.
No.
Like the ride...
I mean, you're just walking inside the attraction.
Right, like the ride is part of it's in a greenhouse, and like the ride goes through the greenhouse multiple times. So there's a few different rooms too, but yeah, it was just cool because you're going backstage, seeing, certain things that most people don't see.
We learned a lot of really fun facts.
Yeah.
And I think we did that on like the third day of the trip. So the rest of the trip, we were like, oh, we learned about this at Behind the Seeds.
Yeah.
Remember? Like one of the ways that they control pests at Disney World, like pest control, is whenever you like open a door into a building, they'll have like a whoosh of air, like an air vent right above it that like whooshes out into your face, and you're always like, oh, like it's a lot of air. And we learned that that's actually pest control. It forces air out of the building so that any like pests and stuff can't push their way into that airstream. So every time we opened a door, we were like, oh, pest control.
Yeah.
Which was funny. So
it was super cool. We learned a lot, and one of the coolest things that we learned, I thought, was that Disney is working together with NASA to learn how to grow fruits, vegetables, plants in space with different types of soils and things like that to basically, have, I wouldn't say like a backup plan. I think that we just are interested in space as a human.
Yeah, it's like a human... What am I trying to say? What are we trying to say? It's like, it's human nature for us to be like interested in space and like the deep ocean and like places that we don't, it's like we can book a flight to another country and go explore, but we can't necessarily book a shuttle to go to the moon.
Right.
So we're interested in that because it's not easily accessible for us, and it's kind of I don't know, it's just interesting.
Yeah. So our guide was telling us how we got to like actually see the experiment room, and they were explaining how we, that's what they're doing, and trying to see how we can have some sustainable food sources in space, just in case.
Yeah. So. We won't spoil the whole tour for you in case you want to go on it. Maybe if people want to see it, maybe we'll make a video about that tour.
I don't think that part is on the tour. I mean, on the ride.
No, I don't think it is.
Yeah,
it's like something that you learn about on the tour. So
yeah, so it's cool.
Yeah. All right. And that's it for Epcot. We have to take a quick break because I've got laundry in the dryer that I need to go pull out. So we're going to just take a break. I'll put in a little clip here. 3 hours later, like on SpongeBob. Yeah. No, I won't do that. But anyway, we're going to take a break for just a second. We'll be right back. For you, it'll be no time at all, but for us, it'll be about 10 minutes or so.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
And we're back.
And we're back. The laundry has been taken out of the dryer.
The dog has gone to the restroom.
Yes.
So we're good to go.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Next.
Onward. So I have Hollywood Studios next.
Perfect.
Okay. Do you want me to go first again?
Yeah.
Okay. So my first thing for Hollywood Studios is Slinky Dog Dash.
That's
That
no
is like
surprise.
my favorite ride in Hollywood Studios. I love Slinky Dog Dash.
I love that every time you say it with a little bit of an accent as well.
Slinky Dog Dash. How does it? How does he say it? Bienvenidos a Slinky Dog Dash.
Yep, that's it.
It's like he's saying it in Spanish, but with a southern accent, which is always fun. So,
Yeah.
love that.
Okay. Sorry. See the dog?
Nala has
Also-
decided to join us.
Yes. And I thought there was an issue with the camera. There was not. So we just cut out for a second. All right. Mine is Rise of the Resistance. Do you have that on your list too?
I don't actually.
What? Okay.
I do. I love that ride, but I don't have it on my list.
That's very rude.
Sorry.
Anyways, that was the first ride that like ever made me cry at Disney. Not because I was scared, but because careful. Because I was having a good time. Like after the ride, I cried because I was like, it was so immersive.
Yeah. We got off of it, and you literally were like, "That was so good."
Yeah.
You're
And-
like,
Yeah, we have a video of it too.
Yeah.
We're not going to insert it.
"No."
Okay, what did we just do? And why are you crying?
Because I loved it.
Well, what'd we do?
We rode Rise of the Resistance.
And how was it?
Amazing.
How
It's the best thing ever.
Best thing ever?
Yeah.
Is it the best ride Disney's ever made?
Yeah.
Most likely.
But yes, it was so fun. The ride itself is just awesome. I mean, it's Star Wars. I think I just said Rise of the Resistance, but it's Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. And the pre-show is awesome. There's cool technology in it. The ride itself is just so much fun and kind of like a one-of-its-kind ride. So I really enjoyed that.
Cool. My next thing is the gluten-free grilled cheese from Woody's Lunchbox in Toy Story Land. I get a kid's gluten-free grilled cheese, and I get a little cup of tomato soup on the side to dunk it in.
Yep.
And then usually get like a Baby Bell or a little cutie orange, and a drink.
Yeah.
It's a good lunch. It's a nice little lunch to have.
We need to
Hello.
mic her up. She's
I
in it.
know. She's like, I want to say something also.
Yeah.
And it's that I don't like it when you leave me and
She
go
said,
to Disney.
I don't like Disney. Because I have to stay with Grammy.
She is like mean mugging me.
Yeah, she's staring
Can
me
I
down.
help you? I love you so much.
The funny thing is that she'll be in all of this.
I know. And that's okay. Look at her little noggin.
Come here.
Okay.
All right. Anything else with Woody's Lunchbox? With the gluten-free grilled cheese from Woody's Lunchbox?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Okay, my next one is Oga's Cantina.
Oh.
Specifically the Fuzzy Tauntaun from Oga's Cantina. So with Oga's, another thing that, like, no surprise here, I love Star Wars. So them having like a cool little cantina that makes it seem like you're in one of the movies is yet again super freaking cool. So when you walk in, there's a DJ Rex, and you play some sick tunes, actually really good music.
Yeah.
We listen to it outside of Disney quite often, but you can also get alcoholic
There it
beverages.
is.
I'm struggling. I am running on minimal sleep from the week. I've been traveling too much, so I apologize.
You're doing great. You're doing amazing, Sweaty.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, anyways, the Fuzzy Tauntaun is a drink that you can get in Oga's Cantina and on Batu, which is the planet name that we're on. And the servers are very immersive. They talk to you as if they don't know what Earth is. Like, it's super cool.
Yeah.
But the Fuzzy Tauntaun itself is made with
Buzz button,
foam, and buzz button is like a
It's
type
like
of flower.
Yeah.
We don't know too much about it. We've looked it up before, but I don't remember.
But
off
it
the top
gives
of
you
my
like
head.
a tingly sensation when it hits like your lips and your tongue.
Yeah, so there's just a big old stack of that foam on top of the drink itself, and that's what makes it fun. They don't let you drink it with a straw.
If you ask for one, they judge you.
Yeah.
Hardcore. I did that once, and the bartender literally was like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, sorry.
Yeah. And like I said, the cast members there, bartenders, servers, they're all great. The first time we went, we were actually at the bar itself. So there's tables that you can stand at, and then the bar. And we were at the bar itself, and I was FaceTiming my mom to show her, because I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. And he actually took my phone and was talking to my mom and like took her around the bar, and everyone was like cheering and talking to her. It was just super cool. So I'll always have like a little
good memory
special
with
piece
that.
of my heart there.
Okay. My next one is Fantasmic. I bet you could have guessed that.
Yeah.
I'm a Fantasmic girly through and through. I love Fantasmic. I love the updates that they did to it recently, adding Frozen and Moana.
Yeah.
I just think it's really cool. I love Fantasmic. I love Fantasmic in Disneyland also, but Fantasmic in Disney World is just nice because you're in the amphitheater and you have a place to sit, whereas like Disneyland, 9 times out of 10 you're standing because it's just in is it Adventureland? No.
I've never seen Fantasmic in Disneyland, so I don't know.
It's like in the area where like the Mark Twain and the sailing ship Columbia are at. It's on like the Rivers of America, like their version of Rivers of America.
I think
so. You're just standing around that area where like Pirates is at.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's by Pirates. That's the only thing I remember.
And it's different there. Like the show itself, it's similar but it's different. And their version, I honestly would say, is better than Disney World's version. That might be controversial. But it's so hard to watch it there because you're just standing and you're like fighting for like elbow room. Like you're literally fighting with other guests to be able to have like a decent view of it, which is really unfortunate. I wish that they had an amphitheater like Disney World did.
Right, which is why I haven't watched it in Disneyland, because I don't want to do that. If I can see it elsewhere, I will do that. And
Yeah.
I personally believe that is probably the best nighttime show in all of Disney
Fantasmic.
World. Yeah.
It is. It's good.
Better than Happily Ever After, in my opinion. I know.
Wow. Okay. Anyway,
All
what's
right.
yours?
My last one, I just know off the top of my head, which will no longer be a part of this park, but is Pizza Rizzo. Also controversial. Everyone hates Pizza Rizzo, which is why it's leaving.
We just have good memories at Pizza Rizzo because they have like an upstairs area, and first of all, they had a really nice bathroom up there. It was only like 3 stalls, but no one ever knew about it.
Yeah, the air
So it was always so peaceful. The air conditioning was chef's kiss.
perfect. Yeah, and it was always clean since there wasn't a ton of people
Yeah.
that would go up the stairs to sit there.
We
so.
a lot of the times we went up there and didn't even eat. It was like we went up there just to sit and like have a break from like the heat.
Which, when I say Pizza Rizzo, I'm not talking about the food. I've only had the food once, and I remember it being good. I love pizza anyways, so... But it's the atmosphere there at Pizza Rizzo. There's the wedding going on downstairs.
Yeah.
Lots of music. I keep talking like everyone that watches this knows exactly what we're talking about. But for those who don't know, it is Muppets themed. So Rizzo,
The rat.
from the Muppets, that's his little pizza shop
He owns
there.
a pizza shop, and there's a wedding happening downstairs. There's like one room you can sit in where they have like a dance floor that's like lit up.
And just like lights and a disco ball.
It's a hootenanny, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, and just loud music playing.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But then upstairs it's just like Italian music and it's calm. So.
Yeah. But now
I
it's
just love
going
it.
bye-bye. So,
Yeah, because they're doing the new Monsters Inc. land,
which I am excited about.
Right.
Monsters Inc. is like my comfort movie. I love Monsters Inc. and I'm very excited about the like suspended hanging coaster. So
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. But that means that Pizza Rizzo and Muppet Vision had to be cut. So
yeah.
bummer, but will always be one of my faves.
Yep. Okay. So moving on to Animal Kingdom. We have been recording for a very long time. So
Yeah.
we're going to try and make these last 4 categories go pretty quickly. So we're not going to talk too much about them. So,
Well, I think that we have underestimated how much we can talk and why our topics are maybe a little too big. So we'll start to narrow them down more.
yeah, maybe do split videos for some things. So, anyway, this was a good test of how much we can get done in one video. So, okay. So we're moving on to Animal Kingdom. So my first thing is gluten-free churros at Nomad Lounge.
Oh, I forgot about those.
Yeah,
I didn't put them on
so
mine.
that is the only place in all of Disney property including Disneyland, where you can get a gluten-free churro. And churros were my favorite snack to get at Disneyland. And when I had to go gluten-free, I was so distraught that I couldn't have churros anymore.
Yeah.
Found out they had them at Nomad Lounge in Animal Kingdom. And now every time we go, I get an order basically for myself. So they are so good.
Yeah, they're delicious.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, on the topic of food at Animal Kingdom, my first one is Mr. Kamal's fries and dumplings.
Oh.
They are so
The fries, the seasoned fries.
good. Yep. Animal Kingdom has some of the best food.
They really do.
It's crazy.
And there's so much food that we haven't tried, like the smiling crocodile tacos.
I know.
We're going to try that on this trip, though. That's on our list of things to try.
Yeah, the dumplings and the fries, they come with like a sriracha mayo and then a ponzu sauce. And the ponzu sauce is just delicious. So.
Yeah. Okay. My next thing is the Maharaja Jungle Trek and Gorilla Falls walking trails.
I've only ever done that once.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about these walking trails, but they're honestly really nice. You just get to mosey along at your own pace, and they're really cool. You get to see some animals that you don't get to see on the Kilimanjaro Safari. So, yeah, and I love them. Those are some of my favorite things in Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom has so much stuff that's just really like underrated or that people don't really know about. And everyone's like, oh, it's a half-day park. Wrong. If you ever say that to me, we're no longer friends. It's not a half-day park. Ever.
No, there's a lot to do there.
Yeah.
And some of the best rides, too. All right, my next one is Pandora, just as a whole, which is from Avatar, with the blue Avatar, the blue people, the Disney blue Avatar. Don't get confused
Not
with the
Nickelodeon
Airbender
show.
But Pandora, it's just so cool. Like it was one of the first like super immersive worlds. Do they call it worlds? No, super immersive lands.
Yeah.
One of the first ones. You walk in, there's floating
Mountains.
I was gonna say islands for some.
I mean, yeah, they're like,
No,
was
they're
thinking
mountains.
that too. Yeah, they're
That's what they call them even.
in like the Valley of Moara.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just cool, like the illusions that they have there. I also love it because it was one of my mom's favorite movies, and it was actually the last movie. So we took her to see the second Avatar, Way of Water, in theaters, and that was the last movie in theaters that we saw with her before she passed away. And I think it was the last movie she ever saw in theaters, just in general, because she didn't go on her own
Very often, yeah.
but she just loved it. She loved the storyline and everything. So now I always kind of connect that to her. And we had a little memorial there when we went to visit after she passed. So
Yep.
it's just beautiful.
Yeah. I do love Pandora too. Okay. My last thing for Animal Kingdom is Expedition Everest.
It's also my last thing. So
We'll just combine it.
yes.
You knew I couldn't leave off Everest. Everest was my favorite ride on my college program. It's still one of my top favorite rides.
Yeah.
It's such a good coaster. It does jostle you around quite a bit. By the time I get off, I feel like my brain has been rattled inside my skull. And I usually also feel sick to my stomach. The way the train stops at the end, it like lurches you forward. It's real bad. You have to like hold your hand on the seat in front of you and really brace yourself. But love Everest. I love the story behind it. The queue is really immersive. Love the drop.
Yeah,
Love the
is
drop.
so fun.
Yeah.
And getting ready for the picture because it gives you a second and you're like, what are we going to do?
Yeah, you're like sitting there in the dark and you're like, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? We're like smacking each other. Yeah, it's such a good ride. And I personally love sitting in the first row. When I can ask for row 1, I will, because I love it. I love seeing the track switch when you're sitting there before the drop. I think it's so cool.
It is cool, but the first row is actually where you get whipped around the most because the fastest part is backwards.
Yeah. So you're technically in the last row.
In the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really, like, if you want the smoothest ride, somewhere in the middle is probably going to be
Yes.
your best bet. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's just so fun. They have Disco Yeti, which gets me every time. I'm not going to lie. It honestly scares me every time. And I know it's not moving.
yeah,
I know it's not real,
I wish that it moved.
but it gets me every time.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. And that's it for the 4 parks of Walt Disney World. Let's move on to Disneyland. We're hopping over to California real quick.
alrighty.
So Disneyland Park, my first one is just the Fantasyland area in general. I love the aesthetic and the ambience ambiance. The
We always say
ambiance. We say
ambiance.
ambiance of the Fantasyland area. I love the way that their Mad Tea Party looks. I love the teacups. And then you've got the Alice in Wonderland ride that goes like up above it. And then you've got like Storybook Land canal boats. I mostly love it at night, I think. That's my favorite time to see Fantasyland is at nighttime. Because all the lights are lit up and it just feels like really magical. When I think of Disneyland, that's what I think of as like Fantasyland.
Yeah.
So
It's a good one.
yeah.
All right. My first one is Main Street,
Oh,
USA. Is that what it's called?
Main Street USA?
Yeah. So when you first walk into Disneyland Park, scan in, there's a little train bridge that you go under, and then
You're on Main Street.
Well, you take like a left and then you're on Main Street.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then you're on Main Street. Main Street, it basically, when you're standing at the end of it, you see the castle. Main Street goes all the way pretty much to the castle. And on the sides is where all the like shops are and just different things. Like the firehouse is at the back part of it, which I love the firehouse for some reason.
Because you got to ring the bell on your birthday with Goofy, that's why.
Yeah, I did.
That's a whole story for another time.
Yeah, Goofy let me ring the bell.
Yep.
It was pretty cool. But yeah, Main Street is just cool because it's like, that's where Walt stood and he looked at that castle back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So it smells good too.
It does smell good on Main Street.
It's the best first thing to experience when you go to the park. So
Yeah. Okay, my next thing is the Matterhorn.
That's also
I
mine.
love riding the Matterhorn. Love it. The Matterhorn's just so fun. It's basically the same style of track and ride vehicle as Space Mountain in Disney World. So it's a little bumpy.
a lot of
She's
bumpy.
a little rough. I love riding it though. And the last time we rode it, Amanda sat in the very front seat.
Which I will never do again.
She was so scared. It was hilarious because the like abominable snowman, like what is that?
Is he not just
He's
a
not
Yeti?
I guess he's a Yeti. When I think of Yeti, I think of Everest and
Everest,
Animal
yeah.
Kingdom, but yeah, the Bigfoot or whoever it is inside the Matterhorn kind of like lurches at you a little bit from the side, and Amanda literally was like, ah! Like
Yeah, no, I screamed.
let out a couple screeches on that ride, and I was just behind her giggling. So
Well, I don't like it. This is funny because in Tron, I love the ride, the roller coaster. I love being in the front row because you don't know what's happening. But I like it because it's smooth. So like even though I don't know where we're going, you know, like I can't see the train in front of me. I'm the starter. I don't like that on the Matterhorn because it is not smooth and I don't know what the heck is happening. I cannot see in the dark at all. Doesn't matter whether I have
you
my glasses
horrible
or not.
night vision.
So, and it's dark in some parts. So, love the ride. It's also my second one. Not a fan of the front row. So, you'll be doing that this time.
That's fine. Anyway, my next one is the Finding Nemo submarines. So many people hate this attraction because you literally have to go down into a submarine. It's very small. It's very tight. I do not have claustrophobia. And I know that if something were to happen, Disney has ways to get us out of those. So I'm not thinking of like, oh my God, what's going to happen if I'm stuck in the submarine?
Right.
I know that it's going to be okay. But I love that ride. I think it's so cool to like look out the little porthole and like look at the stuff, and it's Finding Nemo, and like I love the view. Like I love looking at the ride from the top too. Like walking
Watching
past it and like watching the submarines go through the little lake, and the water's like super like blue green, like perfect turquoise color. I just love it.
The cool thing about that ride is that, like Michaela was saying, you get down into the submarine, so you're really tight and compact. Some people, they cannot do that, right? They have claustrophobia or they have little kids that are super scared, and there is an alternative room, alternate room where you can watch exactly what the ride is showing, but in like a room. So you're not in the submarine seeing the screens. It's like a camera on the submarine that shows you what they're going through. So
That's
kind of a
their
cool
like
accommodation.
accessible version of the ride. So yeah,
Very cool.
cool. Okay.
My last one for Disneyland is Big Thunder Mountain. Because that's the first roller coaster I really liked.
Yeah.
I didn't really like Space Mountain when I first rode it because I couldn't see. So I was terrified. Now I'm fine, but my first one. But Big Thunder was great because it was fast, but I could see everything. So I just
That's a good one.
love it.
Yep.
And I love the theming.
Yeah, it's good. Good ride. Okay, moving on to California Adventure Park. And we're going to continue to try and blaze through these.
Yes.
My first one is Incredicoaster.
That's also my first one.
Okay, beautiful. Love Incredicoaster.
Best roller coaster in California.
Amanda made me ride it 11 times in one trip at one point. So,
Yeah. The theming's great.
yeah,
The music. The track is actually pretty smooth.
yeah,
Goes upside down once, but it's really fun.
yeah. Super, super fun coaster.
Yeah.
Okay. My next one is Cars Land as a whole, but also Radiator Springs Racers.
Also mine.
So I love Racers as a ride. I got to do a backstage tour of that ride when I was doing my college program in 2018 in Disneyland, and it was so cool learning about that ride. I have so many fun facts about that and Soarin' that I could do because I got to do a backstage tour of Soarin' as well. But I just love that ride. It's such a good one. But Cars Land in general, the very first time I walked into Cars Land, I think I shed a few tears because Cars was one of my favorite movies growing up. It was a movie that like my dad and I always watched together. And I just love that movie so much. And walking into Cars Land, I literally was like, it's perfect. It's just so good. And like they do Shaboom when the sun sets. So they play the Shaboom song and turn on all the neon like one by one, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And they've got like the light that blinks slower every third time, just like Fillmore when he's like sitting there. It blinks every third time slower or whatever he says. Yeah. They actually do that, which is cool. I love Cars Land. So
Agreed. I had Radiator Springs Racers as mine too, but I'm gonna change it to Cars Land as well because back in the day I was an energy drink drinker, and that was the only place that I could find a Monster energy drink in California Adventure.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other places,
and it was
but
at
we
like
could only-
Fillmore's little like healthy snack station too.
right, which made no sense.
Yeah.
But at the time, and I like had to have one every day because I was struggling to keep up. So Cars Land, Radiator Spring Racers, great ride. It's just a one of a kind ride.
Yeah,
So.
it really is. There's nothing like it. All right, my last thing is the Monsters Inc. ride.
Oh, I've only ridden that once.
We didn't get to do it on our last trip because I got norovirus and couldn't handle waiting in the queue for it because I was so sick. But I love that ride. It's just a cute little dark ride, and we all know I love Monsters Inc. at this point. So,
Right. Yeah.
Monsters Inc. girly.
Yeah.
What's your last one?
My last one is Goofy's Sky School.
Oh, Goofy Sky School.
Also terrifies me.
Chaotic, but so fun.
I don't know. I think I like the fear that it gives me.
Yeah.
However, I do think about, if we fly, we're done. If we fly off of this track, we're done.
We're dead. We're dead.
And with us, as time has gotten, as time has gone on, we have both
We've
put
become
on some healthy relationship weight.
Yeah. And
We're
I
not
think
big.
what I was going to say is we have become more aware of our mortality.
Well, yeah, but for me, I always was like, oh,
We've gotten
we're
thicker.
Skinny.
We've
fine.
gotten thicker. So sitting
Yup.
next to each other in that ride is difficult. And
We
it's like,
barely
is
fit.
it going to teeter off this track up here at this very high height?
Right.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying now.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
It's like a kiddie coaster, technically.
But it's not.
It's a
but
mousetrap. It's a mousetrap coaster, is what it's called.
Uh-huh. There's a couple little drops and dips, too, that are like, make your stomach come up into your throat, and you're like, ooh!
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
It's
Okay.
a good one.
Are we on to our honorable mentions outside
are.
the parks now? Okay, so we each have 3 things outside the parks that are not park related, obviously, that are our favorite things about whatever resort we chose. So my 3 are all, can I just do all my 3 first?
Sure.
And then you can do all your 3. All my 3 are in Disney World. So my first one is Disney Springs. I love Disney Springs. I don't know what it is. It's the vibes are immaculate. The fact that you don't have to pay to get in, and it's really just, there's so much to do there. There's so many shops and so many food places, and I just love Disney Springs. And I love the view of like the lake and stuff. You can look out
spring.
across over to, but also the actual lake to get across to Saratoga and the Port Orleans resorts.
Yeah.
I just love Disney Springs.
Where the little cars go in.
Uh-huh.
Gotcha.
Yep, at the boathouse. My next one is the Polynesian. Specifically, I love the whole resort. We've never stayed there, but it's on the bucket list. Specifically, seeing the fireworks in Magic Kingdom from the beach.
That is one of mine as well.
Okay.
Is specifically Polynesian beach for fireworks.
Yes. We did this on we did a super, super short trip like a couple springs ago where we went for like 3 days. And on our check-in day, we were like, let's go resort hopping around the monorail resort. So we went to the Grand Floridian and then we went over to the Polynesian, and it just so happened that we were there around dinner time. And I was like, why don't we just eat here at Captain Cook's? They're quick service. And then we got a Dole Whip and we went and sat on the beach and we watched the fireworks and the electrical water pageant.
Yes.
And
that
Amanda was
so
like, I
cool.
didn't know you could do this. I told her, I was like, they literally pump the music in from Magic Kingdom so that you can hear it and see it happening. And she was like stunned. So
Yeah.
love the fireworks on the beach at the Poly. My last one is Pop Century. I'm wearing my Pop Century t-shirt right now. I love Pop Century. It is like, we call it our home resort. It's the only resort that we've stayed at together so far on Disney property, but it's our favorite. The vibes are immaculate. It's so much fun. We love going down to the Hippy Dippy pool and getting a little pina colada.
That's not the Hippy Dippy pool. That is Petals Pool Bar.
Well, yeah.
But hold on. That's one of mine. So that's why I cut you off there.
Oh, okay.
The Petals Pool Bar is
Petals
one
Pool
of
Bar,
my favorites outside of the parks.
Yeah. I love everything pop, shopping and dining. I love being able to walk to the Skyliner and the little fun facts they have on like the walking trail. And the rooms are so nice for being a value resort. The rooms are immaculate. I would say that they're even better than some moderate resort rooms.
Yeah. Even though we haven't stayed in them, we see plenty of
Yeah,
other
like watching other
content
vlogs.
creators, yeah.
Yeah, we see them go to other resorts and I'm like, the Pop Century rooms are a lot nicer than that room, but
Yeah.
yeah, Pop Century just as a whole is one of my top 3. So, and that's the end of my list. So now you may do your honorable mentions.
Okay. I'm going to continue on with the Petals Pool Bar. Obviously, Polynesian Beach, we already talked about that. But the pool bar at Pop Century, it's literally just what it sounds like, a pool bar right next to the Hippy Dippy pool. And that's where you can get the Pina Colada, which is a really good drink. Previously, you could get the Banana Cabana.
You can now get that again, remember?
Is for sure? You figured it out?
Well, it's not, I don't think it's on like the menu, but remember you saw someone in a Facebook group post that they had new menus and they said Banana Cabana on them.
Like a new physical menu.
Yeah.
Which is another really good alcoholic beverage. But I love it so much because the last trip we went on, this previous one, right? Or the one before?
No, it was the most recent one.
Okay. This last trip that we went on, the first park day, I think it was the first park day.
Yeah, it was our first park day.
We went and did parks and then it was raining and we were like, oh, we don't really want to go back. Like, we'll do everything later on.
Yeah.
But we were like, well, let's go get a drink at the pool bar because we were right next to it. And so we did. And then it was actually the first Chiefs game of the season, Kansas City Chiefs. And so we sat there and watched half of it with the bartenders and some other people. It was like a dad and a daughter who were older. The dad was like in his 60s or 70s.
Yeah, they had gone to Animal Kingdom because the mom was there too, and she was wearing like cheetah print from head to toe. Oh. And the daughter had like a matching t-shirt on and had like the cheetah print mini ears.
Yeah.
I remember, and we were like, oh, did you guys go to Animal Kingdom? And they were like, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I like it. I just have, anytime I have like a specific memory that sticks, that becomes one of my favorites, which is how most of these are.
Yeah.
But my last one is it's kind of funny, the Joffrey's Cart at Caribbean Beach Skyliner Station.
The hut, if you will.
Yeah.
The Joffrey's hut.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is.
So when you take the Skyliner from Pop Century to get anywhere, you stop at that little hub there. Little Skyliner
Caribbean
Station.
Beach.
Yeah. And because it'll take you to either Epcot or to Hollywood Studios. And when you get off, you have to transfer. So you get off of your Skyliner and then you pick Epcot or Hollywood Studios. But if you just go down a ramp a little bit, there is a Joffrey's Cart with coffee, specifically a frozen cappuccino. Delicious.
Yeah.
And now Pop Century has its own coffee shop that just opened, so I'm excited to try those coffees.
Yeah,
But
we'll see how that goes.
previously, if we just needed like some good coffee that wasn't just black coffee with sugar and cream, we would just hop on Skyliner.
Go get us a coffee and be on our way to the next park. Yeah.
So
We do. I like Starbucks, and sometimes when we're in the parks, I like to go to Starbucks just to get like a refresher or whatever, a water or whatever.
yeah.
Or like egg bites or something if that's like what I'm really feeling. But I do prefer when we're in Disney, I prefer to get a Joffrey's.
Oh yeah.
Every Joffrey's that I've gotten has been better than Starbucks.
100%. It's just good. Just a different brand of coffee is
Yeah.
all.
And I can have Starbucks anytime I want. There's Starbucks littered all over the country, and there's like 6 or 7 locations in our hometown alone. So
Yeah.
the camera
It's rad.
battery's going to die, so we've got to go. But this has been a fun video to make. I'm happy we did this.
Me too.
I don't know what the next one will be. We'll see. But
We will be on a more consistent schedule now since we
Yes.
got everything updated.
yes.
So
But yeah, please make sure to like and subscribe. And thank you to everyone who made it to the end of this video, first of all, but also thank you to everyone who watched our first video.
Yeah.
And thanks for bearing with us through our sound issues. Luckily, we've got new mics, so hopefully the sound quality on this one is a lot better. But yeah, I think we're going to end it here, and we'll see you in the next video.
we'll see ya. Bye.
Bye.